Welcome to my channel Echoes of Coin. The 1-cent coin of 2014 continues the proud legacy of the United States penny, carrying forward the design elements that represent both the nation's history and its values. On the obverse side, the coin features the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, a design that has remained iconic since it was first introduced in 1909 to honor the centennial of his birth. Above his head, the phrase "In God We Trust" is inscribed, while the word "liberty" appears to the left of his profile. The year of minting, 2014, is placed to the right of the portrait, and coins produced in different U.S. mints may also carry their respective mint marks, such as D for Denver or S for San Francisco. The reverse side showcases the shield design introduced in 2010, symbolizing the nation's strength and unity. The large inscription, United States of America, arcs across the top, while the shield bears a banner reading E Pluribus Unum, meaning out of many, one. At the base of the shield is the denomination written clearly as 1 cent. This design pays tribute to Lincoln's role in preserving the Union during the Civil War and emphasizes the enduring values of the United States. The 2014 1-cent coin is struck primarily in copper-plated zinc, with a composition of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. The coin has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters and a weight of 2.5 grams, with a smooth edge. While its face value is just a cent, its symbolic and historical significance is far greater. Collectors often pay attention to mint marks, condition, and errors that may appear during production, which can influence a coin's value in the numismatic market. The 2014 penny stands as a continuation of over a century of tradition, carrying Abraham Lincoln's legacy into modern times while reflecting the strength and unity of the United States through its shield design. It is not only a piece of circulating currency but also a reminder of the history, resilience, and identity of the nation. The 1-cent coin of 2014 is part of a long and fascinating tradition in American coinage. Known commonly as the penny, it has been in circulation since the very beginning of the United States Mint in 1793. And over the centuries it has undergone many transformations in design, composition, and symbolism. The 2014 issue is particularly significant because it represents both the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln and the modern design shift toward the shield reverse, which was introduced in 2010. Together, these elements create a coin that is at once historical and contemporary. On the obverse side of the 2014 penny, the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln dominates the design. Sculpted originally by Victor David Brenner and first issued in 1909, this image of Lincoln has become one of the most recognizable coin designs in American history. Lincoln's face is presented in profile, looking to the right, with a dignified and thoughtful expression. The words "In God We Trust" are inscribed above his head, signifying the national motto that has been present on U.S. coinage since the mid-20th century. To the left of Lincoln's profile, the word "liberty" appears in bold letters, symbolizing one of the nation's most cherished values. To the right of the portrait, the year of minting, 2014, is clearly struck, indicating the coin's issue year. Beneath the year or close by, the mint mark can be found, revealing where the coin was produced. Coins with a D were minted in Denver. Those with no mint mark came from Philadelphia, and proof versions struck in San Francisco carry an S. The reverse of the 2014 1-cent coin carries the Union shield design created by Lyndall Bass and sculpted by Joseph Mena. This shield, with its strong vertical stripes and a single horizontal bar across the top, symbolizes the strength and unity of the United States. Across the top arc of the coin, the words "United States of America" are proudly displayed. Draped across the shield is a banner carrying the Latin motto E Pluribus Unum, meaning out of many, one, a phrase that reflects the formation of one nation from many states. At the bottom of the shield, the denomination 1 cent is inscribed boldly, making it unmistakable. This shield design was introduced to replace the previous Lincoln bicentennial reverses of 2009 and serves as a reminder of Lincoln's role in preserving the Union during the Civil War. In terms of physical characteristics, the 2014 penny is struck in copper-plated zinc. This composition, which has been standard since 1982, consists of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, with the thin copper layer giving the coin its familiar reddish appearance. Each coin weighs 2.5 grams, has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, and a plain, smooth edge. Despite its low monetary value, the penny remains the most widely used coin in American commerce and carries immense symbolic significance. From a collector's standpoint, the 2014 1-cent coin is not considered rare in its general circulation form, as millions were produced by the U.S. Mint to meet everyday demand. However, certain varieties, mint errors, and special proof or uncirculated editions hold value beyond face value. Proof coins minted in San Francisco, struck with specially polished dies, display a mirror-like surface and are popular among collectors. Mint sets from both Philadelphia and Denver also attract attention for their pristine condition. Errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or coins struck on defective planchets can make specific examples highly desirable in numismatic circles. Historically, the 2014 penny continues a narrative that stretches back over 2 centuries. The portrait of Lincoln has been on the penny since 1909, longer than any other design in American coinage history. It marked the first time a real person, rather than a symbolic figure, was featured on a U.S. coin, breaking with long-standing tradition. Lincoln was chosen because of his pivotal role in American history, and his image has become inseparable from the 1-cent coin. The reverse design, featuring the shield, was chosen to symbolize national unity, connecting directly to Lincoln's legacy as the president who preserved the Union during its greatest test. The 2014 penny may seem small and ordinary, often overlooked in everyday transactions, but it holds within it a story of American resilience, values, and tradition. For many collectors and historians, each penny is a miniature artifact, carrying the ideals of liberty, unity, and trust that define the nation. While it may not hold great financial value in most cases, its cultural and historical importance remains undeniable. The 1-cent coin of 2014, more commonly known as the penny, is one of the smallest denominations of United States currency, yet it carries an extraordinary weight of history, tradition, and national symbolism. To understand the 2014 issue properly, one must look beyond its modest face value and explore the story behind its design, its materials, its place in the economy, and its importance to collectors and everyday citizens alike. The obverse of the 2014 penny continues to feature the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, one of the most revered figures in American history. This portrait was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth and was designed by Victor David Brenner, a Lithuanian-born sculptor whose work was selected by President Theodore Roosevelt himself as part of a larger effort to beautify U.S. coinage. Brenner's design broke from tradition, as up until that point, no real individual had ever been featured on a U.S. circulating coin. Lincoln was chosen for this honor because of his extraordinary leadership during the American Civil War and his role in preserving the Union, making him a symbol of strength, equality, and national unity. The design was instantly popular and has endured on the penny for more than a century, far longer than any other single coin design in U.S. history. On the obverse of the 2014 coin, Lincoln faces to the right with a solemn, thoughtful expression. Above his head is the phrase "In God We Trust," which became the national motto in 1956 and is found on all U.S. currency. To the left of Lincoln's profile is the word liberty, a principle that the United States has championed since its founding. To the right, the date 2014 is struck clearly, marking the year of issue. Just beneath or alongside the date, depending on the mint of origin, is the mint mark. A D indicates the coin was struck at the Denver Mint, an S marks proof coins from San Francisco, and pennies from the Philadelphia Mint generally carry no mint mark, although some special strikes do feature a P. These small letters, though easily overlooked, are essential to collectors, as they identify the birthplace of the coin and often determine its rarity. The reverse of the 2014 penny is dominated by the Union Shield, a design that replaced the 4 reverse designs used in 2009 to celebrate Lincoln's bicentennial. The Union Shield, designed by Lyndall Bass and sculpted by U.S. Mint artist Joseph Mena, was introduced in 2010 and continues to appear on the penny today. The shield itself has 13 vertical stripes representing the original 13 colonies, bound together under a horizontal bar that symbolizes federal unity. Across this bar, a banner is draped carrying the inscription E Pluribus Unum, Latin for out of many, one, a reminder of the nation's founding principle of unity through diversity. At the top of the coin, the name of the country, United States of America, is inscribed boldly, while at the bottom, the denomination 1 cent is displayed across the base of the shield. The overall design conveys strength, unity, and national stability, echoing Lincoln's legacy as the president who guided the country through its greatest trial. Physically, the 2014 penny reflects modern minting practices. It is composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, a change that was made in 1982 when rising copper prices made solid copper pennies too expensive to produce. The core of the coin is made of zinc, while the outer surface is plated with a thin layer of copper to give the coin its traditional reddish appearance. This composition ensures that the penny remains affordable to produce, though in reality, the cost of minting often exceeds the coin's face value. Each coin weighs 2.5 grams, has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, and features a plain edge. While these details might seem technical, they are essential to numismatists, as any deviation in weight, size, or composition can indicate an error coin or a rare variety. From a historical perspective, the 2014 penny continues a story that began with the very first 1 cent coin in 1793. That first issue, the flowing hair large cent, was significantly larger and made entirely of copper. Over the years, the penny has undergone numerous changes in size, design, and composition, reflecting the economic and political shifts of the nation. The introduction of Lincoln's portrait in 1909 was a landmark moment, and the shift to the shield reverse in 2010 marked another significant chapter, linking the coin directly to themes of unity and national preservation. For collectors, the 2014 penny offers multiple points of interest. Standard circulation strikes are extremely common, as hundreds of millions were produced at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. However, collectors often seek out high-grade uncirculated examples, proof coins from San Francisco, and coins with unusual errors. Proof coins, struck using specially polished dies, feature mirror-like fields and sharp details, making them highly desirable for numismatic sets. Errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, or coins struck on improperly prepared planchets can transform an ordinary 2014 penny into a rare and valuable collectible. Some varieties may command prices far above face value depending on rarity and condition. Economically, the penny continues to spark debate. By 2014, many economists and lawmakers had argued that the penny should be eliminated from circulation, as the cost to produce and distribute it exceeds its face value. Despite these arguments, the penny remains deeply embedded in American culture and commerce. It serves as a familiar starting point for young collectors, is used widely in charitable campaigns, and holds symbolic value in phrases such as, "A penny saved is a penny earned." The 2014 penny, therefore, represents more than just a coin. It is a cultural artifact that ties generations together. Culturally, the coin also carries emotional significance. Abraham Lincoln, as the central figure, symbolizes honesty, equality, and leadership. The shield design connects to the broader idea of national unity, a theme that resonates in a diverse and complex society. Every 2014 penny in circulation is a small piece of that story, passed through countless hands, exchanged in countless transactions, and quietly preserving the ideals of the United States. The 2014 penny may be worth only 1 cent in commerce, but it represents far more in history, artistry, symbolism, and memory. It is a coin that honors the past, reflects the present, and continues to inspire collectors and citizens alike. Its copper sheen may fade over time with use, but its meaning remains as bright as ever, a reminder of a nation's strength, unity, and enduring values. The 1 cent coin of 2015 is part of the long-running Lincoln Cent series, which has been in continuous circulation since 1909 and stands as the most enduring design in American coinage history. On the obverse side, The coin features the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner to honor the centennial of Lincoln's birth. Lincoln's profile faces to the right, showing his dignified and thoughtful expression that has become iconic over more than a century of use. Above his head, the motto "In God We Trust" appears prominently, symbolizing the faith and values of the nation. To the left of Lincoln's image is the word liberty, representing one of the founding principles of the United States. To the right of the portrait, the year of issue, 2015, is displayed, accompanied by the mint mark identifying the coin's origin, such as D for Denver, S for San Francisco on proof coins, or no mark for Philadelphia circulation issues. The reverse design, first introduced in 2010, continues on the 2015 cent. It depicts the Union Shield, a powerful emblem of national strength and unity. The shield displays 13 vertical stripes representing the original colonies, all joined under a horizontal bar that represents federal government unification. Draped across the shield is a scroll inscribed with the Latin motto E Pluribus Unum, meaning out of many one. This phrase embodies the idea of unity among diversity, which has been central to the American identity since the nation's founding. At the top of the coin, the inscription United States of America identifies the issuing country, while the denomination 1 cent is shown across the base of the shield. This modern reverse design pays tribute to Lincoln's role in preserving the Union during the Civil War and continues to remind every user of the coin of the nation's enduring unity. The 2015 penny is composed of copper-plated zinc, with a core of 97.5% zinc and a thin outer layer of 2.5% copper. This composition has been standard since 1982, when the cost of producing solid copper coins became too high. The coin has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, a weight of 2.5 grams, and a plain, smooth edge. Its bright reddish appearance when newly minted often darkens with circulation, eventually taking on shades of brown over time, which is a familiar characteristic of pennies in terms of production. The U.S. Mint struck hundreds of millions of 1-cent coins in 2015 to meet circulation demands, making them a common sight in everyday transactions. Most of these coins have little numismatic value beyond face value, but collectors take interest in uncirculated examples, proof strikes from San Francisco, and coins with notable minting errors. Errors such as double dies off-center strikes or misaligned dies can make certain 2015 pennies highly desirable to specialists. Proof coins, with their mirror-like fields and sharp details, are prized additions to coin collections and offer a striking contrast to circulation pieces. The Lincoln cent has always carried cultural and symbolic weight beyond its monetary worth. The 2015 issue continues this tradition, serving as both a practical medium of exchange and a small piece of national history. Lincoln's image reminds Americans of leadership, equality, and perseverance, while the shield design underscores the idea of unity and resilience. For young collectors, the penny often serves as the starting point of a lifelong interest in numismatics, and for historians, it represents a tangible connection to the nation's past and its ongoing values. Though worth just 1 cent, the 2015 penny is far more than a piece of small change. It is a continuation of the longest-running coin series in U.S. history, a daily reminder of Abraham Lincoln's enduring legacy, and a symbol of the unity and strength of the United States. The 1-cent coin of 2015, also known as the penny, continues a tradition that stretches back to the very earliest years of the United States Mint. Though small in size and low in face value, this coin embodies more than 2 centuries of history, artistry, and symbolism, making it one of the most iconic coins in American culture. The 2015 issue is part of the Lincoln Cent series, the longest-running coin design in U.S. history, and it stands as a bridge between the nation's past and present. On the obverse, the 2015 penny features the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. This design was first introduced in 1909 to mark the 100th anniversary of Lincoln's birth and was created by Victor David Brenner, whose initials VDB can still be found beneath Lincoln's shoulder on many issues. Brenner's portrait was groundbreaking because it was the first time a real person appeared on a U.S. coin rather than a symbolic figure. Lincoln, remembered for his leadership during the Civil War and for his role in abolishing slavery, was chosen to represent strength, honesty, and unity. On the 2015 penny, Lincoln's image appears in sharp relief, facing right. Above his head is the motto "In God We Trust," which became the national motto in the mid-20th century. To the left of his profile is the word liberty, a guiding principle of the nation since its founding. To the right of Lincoln's portrait is the date 2015, indicating the year of minting, along with the mint mark. Coins struck in Denver carry a D. Those from Philadelphia may appear without a mint mark, and special proof coins from San Francisco carry an S. Each mint mark tells a story of where the coin was born, giving collectors an important detail for identification and value. The reverse of the 2015 penny carries the Union Shield design, which was first introduced in 2010 to replace the Lincoln bicentennial reverses of 2009. This shield is a powerful national emblem, composed of 13 vertical stripes symbolizing the original colonies, all joined together under a horizontal bar that represents the federal government. Across the face of the shield is a flowing scroll bearing the Latin motto E Pluribus Unum, meaning out of many, one. This motto captures the very essence of the United States as a union formed from diverse states and people. Above the shield, the inscription United States of America is clearly struck, and at the bottom, the denomination 1 cent appears boldly. The choice of the shield as a reverse design is significant, as it ties directly to Lincoln's legacy as the leader who preserved the Union during the nation's greatest test, the Civil War. Physically, the 2015 1-cent coin reflects modern minting practices. It is composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, a change that was made in 1982 when the mint shifted away from producing solid copper pennies due to rising costs. The coin has a weight of 2.5 grams, a diameter of 19.05 millimeters, and a smooth, plain edge. When freshly minted, the coin displays a bright, reddish appearance, but over time, circulation causes the surface to darken into brown or mixed tones, a characteristic familiar to anyone who has handled pennies. In terms of production, the U.S. Mint struck hundreds of millions of pennies in 2015, ensuring they were readily available for everyday commerce. The Philadelphia and Denver mints handled the majority of circulation strikes, while the San Francisco Mint produced proof versions intended for collectors. These proof coins were struck with polished dies on specially prepared planchets, creating a mirror-like surface with sharp, detailed relief. Uncirculated mint sets, proof sets, and special collector editions from 2015 continue to attract interest among numismatists. While circulation coins are common and generally worth only face value, proof examples, high-grade uncirculated coins, or error varieties can command much higher value in the marketplace. Error coins from 2015 are particularly sought after. Collectors look for double die obverse, off-center strikes, broad strikes, or coins struck on improperly prepared planchets. Even small deviations from the intended design can transform an ordinary penny into a valuable collectible. For example, a 2015 penny with strong doubling in the inscriptions or with a noticeable off-center strike can be worth many times its face value. These rarities provide excitement to collectors, who search through rolls of pennies in hopes of finding hidden treasures. The 2015 penny is also part of a larger cultural and economic discussion about the future of the cent. For many years, debate has surrounded whether the penny should continue to be minted, as the cost of production often exceeds its face value. By 2015, the U.S. Mint was already spending more to produce each penny than the coin itself was worth. Despite these debates, the penny has survived due to its cultural significance and its deep roots in American tradition. It is often the first coin collected by children, the coin most commonly saved in jars and piggy banks, and the one used in countless sayings such as, "A penny saved is a penny earned." The Lincoln cent of 2015 thus represents more than just a piece of currency. It is a miniature work of art, a historical artifact, and a cultural symbol. Abraham Lincoln's portrait continues to remind the nation of leadership, equality, and resilience, while the shield on the reverse reinforces the enduring message of unity. Every 2015 penny, whether in the hands of a collector or spent in an everyday purchase, carries forward that story. Although small and easily overlooked, the 1-cent coin of 2015 is a piece of living history. It connects the present to the past, linking the modern era with traditions stretching back over 200 years. It serves as both a practical tool in commerce and a symbol of American identity, ensuring that even the smallest denomination continues to hold great meaning.